Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went there? Or struggled to recall a name that was just on the tip of your tongue? If you have, don't worry, you're not alone. But here's the good news. Memory loss isn't inevitable. It's not just a part of aging that we have to accept. In fact, the latest science tells us that your brain has the power to stay sharp, even well into your 80s and 90s. The key? Daily habits. Simple, powerful habits that can literally rewire your brain, strengthen your memory, and keep your mind as sharp as ever. Now you might be thinking, isn't memory loss just something that happens as we get older? That's what most people believe. But in reality, a huge part of cognitive decline isn't about age, it's about lifestyle. Your brain is like a muscle. The more you challenge it, nourish it, and care for it, the stronger it stays. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. Because if you start making these changes now, you'll not only remember more, you'll think faster, feel sharper, and enjoy life with a clear, focused mind. The first step to keeping your memory strong is something incredibly simple, yet most people don't do it enough: movement. And no, I'm not talking about intense workouts or spending hours at the gym. I'm talking about small, daily movements that keep your blood flowing to your brain. Because here's something most people don't realize: your brain relies on oxygen and nutrients to function properly. And the only way to get those nutrients where they need to go, movement. Think about it. When you sit for too long, what happens? You feel sluggish, tired, and even foggy. That's not just fatigue. It's your brain slowing down because it's not getting the circulation it needs. Now imagine what happens when you move every day. A short walk in the morning, gentle stretching, even standing up and moving around every hour. These simple movements increase blood flow, deliver oxygen to your brain, and help keep your memory sharp. One study even found that people who walk regularly have a 40% lower risk of developing memory problems. 40%, and it's not about intensity, it's about consistency. So if you haven't already, find a way to move a little more each day. Your brain will thank you. But here's something just as important as movement: what you feed your brain. Because the foods you eat don't just affect your body, they directly impact your memory, focus, and even your mood. And this is where so many people unknowingly damage their brain power. They eat foods that cause inflammation, spike blood sugar, and clog up their brain's ability to function properly. One of the biggest culprits? Processed foods and excessive sugar. I know sugar makes everything taste better, but here's what: most people don't realize too much sugar actually shrinks the brain. Research shows that diets high in sugar are linked to a higher risk of Alzheimer's and dementia. Why? Because sugar creates inflammation in the brain, leading to memory problems and cognitive decline over time. But don't worry, there's an easy fix. Instead of processed foods, focus on brain-boosting nutrients. Healthy fats like walnuts, salmon, and olive oil help protect brain cells. Leafy greens like spinach and kale have been shown to slow cognitive decline by up to 11 years. And blueberries? They're packed with antioxidants that help fight brain aging. So here's a challenge. For the next week, swap out one processed food for a brain-boosting alternative. Replace white bread with whole grains, choose nuts over chips, or add an extra serving of vegetables to your meals. Small changes add up, and your memory will feel the difference. But what happens after you eat well and move your body? There's still one crucial habit that most people forget, and it's the secret weapon against memory loss. You see, movement and diet lay the foundation for a strong, healthy brain. But there's something else, something just as powerful that most people completely overlook. And the best part? It doesn't take any extra effort. In fact, it's something you already do every single night. I'm talking about sleep. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I sleep just fine, or I don't need as much sleep as I used to. But here's the truth. Poor sleep is one of the biggest causes of memory loss. It's like a hidden thief, slowly stealing your ability to recall names, dates, and even everyday details without you even realizing it. Here's why. When you sleep, your brain isn't just resting. It's working. It's clearing out toxins, strengthening connections, and organizing memories. Think of it like a filing system. If you don't get enough sleep, your brain struggles to store and retrieve information properly. That's why a bad night's sleep can leave you feeling foggy, forgetful, or even confused the next day. But here's the problem. Many people over 60 struggle with sleep. Maybe you wake up in the middle of the night and can't fall back asleep. Or maybe you find yourself feeling tired during the day, but wired at night. If that sounds familiar, don't worry, there's a solution. The key to better sleep isn't just about the number of hours, it's about the quality of your sleep. And one of the best ways to improve it? Create a bedtime routine that signals to your brain that it's time to wind down. Try this. About an hour before bed, dim the lights. Avoid screens, phones, tablets, TVs, because the blue light tricks your brain into staying awake. Instead, do something relaxing. Read a book, listen to soft music, or try deep breathing. And here's a little trick. Keep your bedroom cool and dark. Studies show that a slightly cooler room helps you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. And if you wake up in the middle of the night, don't just lie there staring at the ceiling. Get up, move to another room, and do something calming, like reading, until you feel sleepy again. The goal is to train your brain to associate your bed with sleep, not frustration. Now let's talk about something even more surprising, something that doesn't just prevent memory loss, but actually rewires your brain for better thinking. See, most people believe that once you reach a certain age, your brain stops changing, but that's not true. Your brain is constantly adapting, creating new connections, and strengthening old ones. And one of the best ways to keep your brain growing is by learning something new. Think about it. When was the last time you challenged yourself to learn a new skill? Not just doing crossword puzzles or Sudoku, but really learning something unfamiliar. A new language, a musical instrument, even a new hobby like painting or gardening. Here's why this is so important. Learning something new forces your brain to build new neural pathways. It's like exercise for your mind, and just like a muscle, the more you use it, the stronger it gets. In one study, seniors who learned a new skill like digital photography or quilting actually improved their memory more than those who just did puzzles or socialized. Why? Because real learning forces the brain to stretch and adapt. And the best part? It's never too late. You don't need to master a new language overnight or become a concert pianist. Just pick something that interests you, something that makes you a little uncomfortable at first. That discomfort, that's your brain growing. But there's one final habit that ties all of this together, something that can supercharge your memory and make every other habit even more powerful. Now we've talked about movement, diet, sleep, and learning. But there's one final habit that might be the most powerful of them all. Social connection. Staying socially engaged isn't just good for your mood, it's essential for keeping your memory sharp. Every conversation, every shared laugh, every moment spent connecting with others keeps your brain active, forcing it to process and recall information in real time. But here's the problem. As people get older, they often withdraw, maybe due to distance, loss, or simply feeling out of touch. And when that happens, the brain suffers. Social isolation increases the risk of memory loss by up to 50%. That's huge. The solution? Prioritize connection. Call a friend, join a group. Even small interactions, chatting with a neighbor or joking with a cashier, can make a difference. And don't forget laughter. It's one of the best brain boosters out there. Now let's put everything together. We've covered 5 powerful habits: movement, brain-boosting foods, quality sleep, lifelong learning, and social connection. But here's the real secret. You don't have to do it all at once. Start small. Take a short walk today. Swap one unhealthy food. Reconnect with an old friend. One habit at a time. That's how real change happens. And remember, it's never too late. Your brain is capable of growth at any age. You are in control of your memory, your focus, your future. Make these changes now, and you'll set yourself up for years of sharp thinking and a vibrant life ahead.
If this helped you, let me know in the comments. Hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video. Your health is in your hands. Start today. See you soon.